So welcome everybody. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're going to do a little demonstration of the type of work we do in music, learning some of the great pages of our repertoire for the violin, different instruments. Today is violin, and we have the pleasure to have Isaiah, who's going to play from Bach the solo sonatas, unaccompanied sonatas. The very first page of that suite of works, it's called an adagio, and it's in G minor. This is a page that makes many violinists learn lots of things about how to play in a proper, correct way, but also in a very expressive way. So let's hear your version of it. Thank you. That's quite nice. Quite nice.
Thank you.
We don't play often in this space. This is Convocation Hall, and that's where things happen. In the concert hall, we usually have a different sense of the space, a different sense of the sound. Mm-hmm. What did you feel about being in here?
Felt smaller, like I need to project more.
Yes.
And you were saying I should dig more into the string. I'm not sure if I did that.
Yes, it was visible, so at the beginning, but as you went along, I think this disappeared. So yes, It requires so much more presence. And here you're the only voice to speak, and at every moment you need to make that presence felt, whether you're going to play soft or louder and more passionate. As an adagio, that means at ease, so feel free. That's essentially what it means. It's a tradition of playing adagios as a slow movement in a sonata, Italian-style sonata here. So, Italians are known for being very passionate, the world of opera. So we're going to have to kind of pull this out, the expression out of the instrument. Okay. And that requires maybe a more physical presence as you get yourself into the instrument. So imagine that this is like a trampoline of sort. It's elastic and pushes the sound out. So we're going to go get that sound out, and as you go, you keep metering it in a way. You're measuring how much pressure you can push out. Okay? Not that I want you to force the sound, but simply fill the space. Try that again, please, from the beginning. you made a change on the spot, but that's you managed very well. But this is kind of more the sound I'm looking for, especially if you are standing like 50 feet away from your audience, like sometimes at the church up there in the upper register up there you're playing, and you need to kind of get your sound. Otherwise, people will just say, yeah, that's very nice, but I don't really perceive the words of what you say. And that is part of the role of the bow, to articulate things. Okay, so now as for the life of the sound, we also need the release. So and then we let it release. So if I hold the sound like this, it's very tense, or I can let it go. So after the initial impact of the sound, I am releasing to be able to catch back the tension that I need later. So that we're going to feel in a sort of a wave. And that is pulsated in a way. We're feeling that as the pulse keeps running and you follow it, like going on the ocean with a boat.
Okay.
An important part now is from one phrase to the next, you don't say the same things. So the first thing that you say is maybe very vigorous and very strong, and then you're going to a different mood to explore a different passion. So you finish strong. Now you're going to relax. Maybe going to give me more perspective, more of a motion of getting closer. And so at the beginning, I would suggest a little bit less and then getting more to present that perspective. Let's do from just as you arrive, the last note, and. There's a little bit of license you can take with the rhythm, but the pulse cannot really change. With the, pulse is one thing that doesn't move, while in between you, the wavelets of rhythm, you can kind of make them a little bit your own as you play in this adagio style. This is free. So this here, I think, was a little bit too slow when you were getting down with the ti da ti da ta. Yeah, these are appoggiatura. Ti da 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 di ti da 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 da. But you need to get on the beat next. Somebody could be holding a beat like that in front of you like a conductor. You're like the full orchestra. The beat keeps going. We're not waiting for you. Okay, let's continue after that. That's good. Yeah, so this is a passionate and dramatic moment. What happens there? We're moving into
D major. Minor.
Yeah, D minor, a different key. So we need to show it in a very, I think, pretty aggressive manner so that people get it. We finish here. And then he puts a very high level of intensity into that. We were just mentioning about that, yes? So this kind of... Yeah, right away. Ra-ti-da-da-da. Yes. Yeah. Now, like the opposite of what we just did, we reach a high point, Now we're going to reach a low point. So we're going to slow it down. This is like the stopping rhythm. And that's the bowing of the original. So he holds you up in the air for a little bit, and then he pleads. So this beautiful, that needs to resolve. Okay, so we're playing on different types of emotions that are, after the high point of emotion of maybe pain, now we have a little bit of low. Wait. Yeah, you could even play a little bit on dragging side. So I feel like we called it the rhetoric, you know. I feel like the emotion, I feel the message, just you exaggerate it in a rhetorical way. Yeah, you make me wait with the pain. Nice. Yeah, so this you need to manage. You were doing very fine. All of these gestures that I was just imitating basically the roundness of your gesture as you go touch the bass and you do the rest. But you have to be careful there because there's lots of notes.
Yeah.
So what happens for technique, I'm going to raise a bit my shoulder because I'm going to have to do this. So in advance I'm ready, and then as the moment comes, the all-terrain kind of mechanism here that we can arrive without crashing. Now prepare with the arm. Yes. Yes, and then we need to hear the fifth. Yes, because we're going to connect with the middle voice there. Okay, so just try to hold it as long as possible. So. It's quite beautiful. Everything's good, except there's life in the rhythm that drives us to the cadence. So, for example, what does he do there? So, ti-da, ta-ta, ti-da-da, ti-ta, this is on the beat. Ti-ta, ti-da-da, yam-pa-da-da, ta-da-da, ya-da-da-da, di-da-di-da, ti-ti, leads us to the N word. Can you drive me a little bit more with that rhythm? Now, ti-da, and yam-pa-da. And carry on, and no. You have to resolve without anger. You resign yourself. You arrive to it. So now again, we're going back to the original key. So there will need to be some kind of a dramatic bending of sorts. So this you don't let it go. You need to impose. Okay, we're changing key back to G minor, and then we're going to go somewhere else. So just let's from the D. Yes, dramatico. Yes, good, but the rhythm again has a life on its own. Here is the change of key. It's a surprise there. Okay, so surprise me when you arrive to the F natural. flat is also rhetorical. This is ta, ti, yeah. So they're written even, but we don't play them even. If they're even, then the pain is not there. It's like having pills before the pain has disappeared. Ti, okay, much more of effect. Oh, that's a surprise note too. D flat is, you don't expect it. Yes, you can do that different ways. It's up to you. Okay, good. But don't get too light there. It's still passion. There's still, and actually it accelerates with the harmony. You see that it goes quicker and quicker in harmony. So it's like this. Okay, where it's a drama of sort. Just in sounds, there's no words. Okay, let's just hear the last bit, and then we're. Yeah. So I think after we've heard that suspenseful fermata that you're taught, we need to bring, like, you imagine a rope, and then you're bringing out, and it brings back. Okay, so there needs to be a moment of stop and catching it back. Yes, but it's measured. And this one is powerful because it announces the cadence. And then. And 1, 2. Good. So this arrives to a very nice moment of basically recapitulation. We're going to hear all somewhat of the same music we've heard at the beginning in a different mood, but the same structure. But now we've reached that moment, actually just one note, the C, just you're alone playing, there's no chords, there's nothing. So it's a beautiful, just like a few words left in the air. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and see you soon. Thank you.